Hi, I'm Harry Elliott, and this is my work integrated learning project presentation. The first thing I did in the semester was create a good looking LinkedIn profile which outlined my course and project history so people could easily see the type of work that I had undertaken. I also worked on my CV and resume, and I condensed my resume down to 2 pages, fitting a lot of information in those 2 pages, and I created a directed CV for the companies I was applying for. I chose to do an industry project and I applied for 3 companies, the first of which being AVS, Applied Virtual Simulation, and they ended up getting back to me within a week. And they are basically a company situated in Broadmeadow which specialise in simulation-based training systems for the Australian Army. I first got contacted by Craig Williams, and he invited me to come and see the office and meet the AVS team. I got to examine multiple systems and have a go at using one of them firsthand. I also got a look at their production processes. I was then inducted into multiple programs, including version control, file sharing, and communication sites. I was also allowed access to the company's network-attached storage device. I was informed of the various agile meetings which I was invited to, and these included the daily sprint stand-up meeting held every weekday, and in this meeting we would discuss what we were going to be working on for the day. There was also the sprint review meetings held once a week where you would discuss what you had done for the week and show the rest of the participants through screen share or something like that. And there was also the sprint planning meeting where you would discuss what you're going to be working on for the next sprint. The first task I was assigned on Jira was to create a promotional / thought piece video on a new simulation system that AVS had designed. It was a system designed for the training and assessment of defense tactics regarding new counter-unmanned aircraft systems. This was a simulation of a new system called Titanus, which was being released to the Australian Army, which shoots down drones and other unmanned aircraft. I underwent this project from home due to the lockdown, and I was instructed to add comments to the task as I was making progress so that people could see what had been completed. I also posted links to any external media which was used, such as songs or clips, and I had to keep in close contact with Callan Hampton, who was the creator of the simulation. The next task I was assigned was a video which was showcasing the booth that AVS had set up at the Land Forces Conference in 2021. I was assigned this task on Jira and instructed to create a storyboard prior to creating the video. This helped to confirm the ordering and layout of the clips prior to me starting editing. It was created and shared through Google Drive, and once this was approved, I created subtasks of the various shots I needed. Once all the shots were acquired, I was finally ready to start editing using Premiere Pro, and I am finally in the end stages of editing this, but it is still not complete, and it is already 5.5 minutes long, so it's a long video. Here's a look at the storyboarding process, where I basically just used screenshots and tried to give a look of what I was going to do, and there's some descriptions on the side. And yeah, the editing process was basically just using Adobe Premiere Pro, using default video effects and transitions, and I also incorporated multiple motion graphics templates to make things like the text animations look a lot better. And yeah, that's basically it. So now I'll show you some of the results of the projects. Okay, so this is the first video that I made for AVS, and it's basically a simulation of a new system being released to the Australian Army called Titanus. And this is it here. It basically is a counter unmanned aircraft system which shoots down drones and other unmanned aircraft. And here we have a look at the simulation where you focus on the different setups and calibrations of radar and counter UAS systems to see different advantages and disadvantages against a swarm of UAS. So you get to see which placement and calibration works the best against this large swarm of UAS. And here we're just showing various UAS that can be incorporated into the program, and we're also about to show some different calibrations that can be made, such as this, which is the range and ammunition used by the counter UAS systems. And we can also show some configuration of the scenario itself, and yeah, just showcasing some use of radar here, trying to make it nice and easy to understand even though it's a short video. So yeah, it's all about the calibration of different radar and counter UAS systems, and trying to review some tactics, and that's about it. So I hope you liked that first video that I made. I'll move on to the second video that I have made for AVS now. This is the second video that I worked on for AVS, which is still not complete, but it is close to it. And it's basically showing off the booth that they set up at the Land Forces Conference in 2021, which was held in Brisbane. And they're basically showing off all their different systems that they have available right now to different army and government personnel. And we'll skip forward here to the first system. Here it is, the Personal Mobility Tactical Trainer, which basically simulates all different types of Australian Army protected vehicles like this. And we have the Remote Weapons Station Desktop Trainer, which basically simulates a controller for a mounted machine gun like this one. So we try to explain them a little bit, and here is the Dismount Soldier, which simulates different soldiers on foot. And we have different simulated weapons here, and we also have some simulated optics. So we show the optics, and we also show what they look like. And here we're showing a redback turret, and here is the simulation, the simulated cabin created by AVS. All of these systems are used for training by the Australian Army. And we're also showing the 3D model here, trying to show how realistic it is. The different software ODMs that were used to create the simulations are shown here. And also we're showing the interoperability, which basically shows how the different simulations can communicate with one another. So yeah, that's basically what I've done with this video so far. It's not complete yet, but it's close to it. So those are the results for my project, and I hope you enjoyed.